Welcome back. My name is Ryan Thomas. We're doing another video on the DS Builder today. So this is my application that is going to replace WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, any of those things. They're all going to be out of my workflow from now on. I'm going to be working inside my own application called DS Builder. And the reason for this is that all of those other applications, all of those other website builders, they're desktop first. And then they sort of collapse everything down into a mobile view. That just seems not right to me to be out there building websites for clients and charging, you know, thousands of dollars when the majority of their traffic is actually coming from a mobile device. So we go mobile first. That's you have to. There's 80% of traffic. Why would you build for the 20%? So I've really moved away from that because when a client asks me for a website, they're asking for more sales. And if I'm delivering them something that's not fit for purpose, that just doesn't, it's not going to work for them. So uh, I guess I'm just going to get in and show you what it's like. The other thing about the way that my application generates a website is that it uses a different data storage mechanism to current websites where they I don't even think I can explain it without being technical. Essentially, we're using an in-file database so that when you when it's pulling data from the database, it doesn't have to go back to a server. It doesn't have to run a second process. It's not as resource intensive. It just pulls from this little miniature database that it has in the file system. It's very, very quick for developers out there. I'm talking about SQLite. Yeah, SQLite sits in the file system, and that's what we write to. And then all of those files within the user's directory are backed up every hour to an offsite storage. So if there's any problems, we just roll the database back. It's very, very simple. And the websites are static, meaning they're produced at runtime. Sort of you save it and then it compiles into the finalized version. Whenever you make a change and save it, it'll bring up the new version. So that makes it ultra fast as well. We're not using any in the produced website, so the final version, what your customer would be using to scroll through, which I'll show you in a sec. We're not using any back end server mechanism, so there's no bloat or anything. It's all client side loading. So if that just sounds crazy and over your head, stick around. I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to share my screen now. We're going to jump in and have a look. All right, so this is what a website made with the DS Builder looks like on a desktop. As I mentioned, we go mobile first. So you'll notice if you've ever used Twitter, it has this sort of very condensed look where all the content's in this middle third of the screen. So we've followed the same process because it's mobile first. So that's it on a desktop. I scroll down, we see our menu, and then a contact form. Very, very simple layout. Simple is best. We don't need to confuse people. We're going to jump across. And actually, before I do that, I'll show you the menu on desktop. So as you can see, grid of 3. If there were more, they would be another 3. If there were more, there'd be another 3. You get what I'm saying. And then we navigate back. As you can see, this is loading very, very fast because it's just the essentials for a website. It's none of this extra stuff just bloated and tagged in. And this page is actually being tracked with analytics as well, and the sessions get recorded so you can watch back how someone uses the page. And look how fast it is. All right, we're going to now jump across to this tab, and in this tab, I'm going to actually just load it like it's in a mobile. So as you can see here, we're looking at like an iPhone. We'll go Pro, and we'll zoom back in to say 100%. So this is what you would see on a mobile. And this is a big contrast to what we were just looking at, right? So this is very open, very spaced because it's got that condensed content in the middle and then all the extra screen space on the outside. On this one, we lose all the extra real estate and everything is nice and vertical. Exactly how someone would expect to use a website on a mobile. They would be in this scroll flow motion. It's almost like muscle memory because we're scrolling all the time. Once you open it, people automatically expect to scroll with the content like this. Let's have a look at the menu on mobile now. As you can see, the items look larger because obviously on a smaller screen, they're going to stand out. Now, having images like this for a food business, people eat with their eyes. If you're showing large images, these could even be videos as well, by the way. I just use images because it was quick to make. Video is supported. So these could all be 30-second clips of the food, which is going to sell even better. And I've just added in some dodgy looking things like coffee. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to zoom out just a touch so you can see. And that's what it looks like. And then we can go back. All right. So a menu is just one page type that can be created inside the DS Builder. So this is the application here. We're looking at the dashboard, and this is the back end for the menu. And as you can see, it looks exactly how it looks on desktop. This is our little preview. You'll notice that it's like hovering over these elements. This is because of an AI editing feature that's not quite finished yet, but I'm adding it in. So if I wanted to move the text to the center, doesn't always work. So that's why it's not production ready. So that did work and it moved it to the center. We're not saving that though. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the front end to a person viewing the site. We can actually see the code here as well. If I had a developer or myself working on this, I could easily change that as well as the AI prompting. Now, when I go to the content, this is where the magic happens. So this is our CMS, our content management system. This is where we store all the data, images, videos, hashtags, text, everything goes in here. Now, the really, really cool thing about this is if you were to use something like WordPress, it has a similar thing, but it's like a defined post type. So it would be like a standard post has a title, a content area, and then maybe a featured image. So in this, we are defining our content types like this, and then we're getting these defined field sets like this, but they're not fixed. I could actually go here and I could duplicate everything in here and double the length of it. It's all composable. So that means I can change that at any time. I'll get the new fields here. And then in this one, I can actually go ahead and add those fields like this. And the editing of the page can just be limitless. You can do absolutely anything with it. But to start with, it's just easy enough to start with a page type. So this would have the defined fields. So a food menu has all the things to make a food menu like this. It has an area for images. It has an area for the title, hashtags, price. It's got all of that configured. But if you were wanting to create something a little different, you could even just copy this, paste it into ChatGPT and ask for additional field sets, whatever you like, and it would go ahead and be able to create those for you. It's very, very easy once it's set up to manage. So I think initially with clients, I'll be doing a lot of the setup and then just running through handover of, so how would you change menu items? You would come in and you would update the name, you'd update the price. It's very, very simple to be honest. Cool. So we've seen ad page. I don't have analytics hooked up, so I'll do another video in a few days on that. Uh, this is what I really wanted to show because this is the gem. This is really the gem because a website is about getting engagement. Someone should be taking action on the website, whether it's sending us a message, buying something, booking in, whatever it is. You have got them to the website somehow. You've gotten their awareness. You want them to take action. So we have these contact forms in the bottom of the site. So all sites get these forms. We'll add in an option field as well. So someone will be able to choose what they're messaging about. So if you had services and they wanted a hot water system, you could have that as an option. But just run with me here. In this one, we don't have that. So can I book a table on Monday at 1 p.m.? And then I'm just going to zoom out a little more so I can see that button. I'm going to click send. We get a thank you message here. And then I've actually gotten an email just then as well. And now if I go into my leads, you will see this is the one that just came through. These are hyperlinked. So if you can imagine, let me just bring this up. So the admin console works on mobile as well. So if you imagine that you were logged in and you were looking at the lead that just came through and they were asking for a table, you could just instantly click on the phone number and send them back a message. So that's really handy. And we'll be building that out more and more as well, such as in-app messaging, where you could actually have the whole conversation chain stored in there like a CRM. We don't have that at the moment, unfortunately, but it's a really good start. And I did run a page speed analysis on this. I won't do it in this video. I'll do it in a shorter one. Actually, you know what? I will do it. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's not going to hurt us. All right. Now, I know this. I know the speed is not. It's not 100% where I want it to be at yet, because I can get so much more out of this. I haven't got any caching set up. This is just delivering the page as it is at the moment. I'm going to analyze the speed. Let's have a look. So I have scored between, I think 64 was the lowest I got, and then I think 80 was the highest on mobile. We're getting a sort of 95 to 98 on desktop. So yeah, nearly 70 on that one. That's not bad. And a lot of that is going to be, yeah, it's going to be images. So compressing the images and serving them in a cached way will actually really make this a lot better. So there are a few improvements I can make there. The site is loading. This is saying it's loading quite slow. It's not loading that slow though. So there we go. Desktop's looking a lot better. But yeah, so it's going to be the images that are not compressed, causing that issue. But still, that's really, really fast. And I like to also do, if I take the page and copy it, and then I take that into an incognito window, so we load it fresh, that's the speed, really. That's what we're looking at on my network. And I'm not on a very fast network. Cool. Well, I'm going to share a link to the demo, and yeah, enjoy. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'm happy to answer anything about this. It's been really fun making it. It's taken me, I think, maybe 3 months to get to this point. And I'll do a technical breakdown of everything as well. But thanks for watching.